right, let's go to the phones. Let's talk about the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. What's going on? Knoxville Nationals coming up. Folks, if you're an AJ Foyt fan, you got to go up to the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum right now. While you're up there checking out all the great AJ Foyt cars, take the time to get in the drawing for this great Corvette. You've been seeing the ads on all of our broadcasts that we've been doing here as of late, the video commercials that we've been running. Bob Baker joins us now to talk about it. Bob, how you doing, my friend? You doing good? Hello, Bob.
Hello, Bob. Are you there?
Hello.
How you doing this morning,
there
Bob?
You go. Hey, Bob, how you doing, my friend? You doing good?
Yeah, how are you guys doing?
We're doing real well. Not as well as you because you're up in that great city of Knoxville, Iowa. And Knoxville Nationals coming up here in just a couple weeks, Bob. And not only are people going to be able to go in there and be able to see a great car collection of AJ Foyt's, gosh, I don't know how many millions of dollars it is. I'm sure you can tell us. But not only that, but they can still get in that drawing for that Corvette.
Yes, our win a Zo6 Corvette.com. A drawing will be on Saturday night of the Nationals on August the 10th. So people still have 21 days from today to enter the contest. It's pretty easy. All they have to do is go to winazo6corvette.com online, and they can enter right online from home.
And you've already raised, I see you had reported, you've already raised over $110,000 so far for that sweepstakes?
Yeah, I think I looked this morning. We were at like $117,000. Our goal is $150,000. So we're getting pretty close. Everybody keeps telling us that 30% of the tickets for the Corvette are sold like the last week. So we've still got 3 weeks. We're pretty optimistic we're going to go over that $150,000 goal.
Hey, Bob, the last time I talked to you, that number wasn't near as big. Man, they must have come in all at once, didn't they?
It's been pretty steady. We started back around the Chili Bowl back in January or February. I think we started the contest, and it seems like the closer to the drawing, which is August 10th, the closer to the drawing we get, the more people are entering at the winazo6corvette.com site to purchase the tickets. And we've just been really happy with the program. We're very fortunate that this is the last front engine Corvette. They're going to the mid-size engine next year in Corvettes. So the popularity of the 2019 Zo6 Corvette has really, really shot up. At the beginning of the year, they weren't real popular. The dealers were having lots of them left, that weren't selling really as they anticipated. But now since they announced the rear engine Corvette, and this being the last front engine Corvette, they're really selling well, the dealers tell us.
All right, and this is a 650 horsepower Zo6 Corvette. And if you don't want a 650 horsepower Zo6 Corvette, you can get $75,000 in cash, right?
Right. There's a cash option. If you decide you would not like the Corvette, you can take the $75,000 cash option, which some people said they'd rather have the cash option, and some people said they'd rather have the Corvette. So it's just up to each individual, what they prefer, whether it's the car or the cash.
And they'll be able to make the purchase of these tickets all the way through the Nationals, correct?
Say that again?
Well, what's the deadline on tickets?
6 p.m. on Saturday, August 10th will be the last minute you can purchase tickets, and then we'll do the drawing that evening sometime between the feature races here during the Knoxville Nationals.
Oh, man, that's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be great to see the person who wins that Corvette get excited about it. Now, are they going to do that on the front straightaway in the grandstand? Where are they going to do the drawing at, Bob?
We're thinking we're going to do the drawing. It's actually going to be done electronically because it's an online sweepstakes. So it will be done, and they will give us the winning name and ticket number. And so we will announce that. We're pretty sure we're either going to do it from the lobby with the Corvette if they have a camera available, or if not, if all the cameras are still in the infield, we'll just do it from the front straightaway like we do when we give away like the raffle cars and the other vacations and things that we going on that we have for fundraisers for the museum. All these events that we do, the auctions, the winazo6corvette.com, the golf tournaments, they all go to help us keep the museum open. And that's our goal, to keep this place open and going forever.
Well, that's going to be a big moment.
Let me ask you real quick. How's the finances going on the Bryan Clauson Suite Tower, Bob?
They're going well, but I think that the theme that's going through everybody's mind is once the building is up, everybody thinks it's paid for. And it's kind of like a new house or a new car. Once once you get the new house or the new car, it's not paid for. You just gotten into the house or the car, and we've just gotten into the Bryan Clauson Suite Tower. We've been very fortunate. You know, it's a $3.9 million building, and we only have roughly $1.6 million left to pay on it. So we've raised over half the money. The building is built. The building will sustain itself, but we definitely would like to raise the rest of that $1.6 million. Otherwise, the Hall of Fame is going to be looking at, principal plus interest payments, for 20 years down the road. So we're trying to do everything we can to create and get the donations and pledges in so that we don't have a lot of interest on the back side of the building.
Obviously, people could come in there and make a donation during the Knoxville Nationals, but for somebody that's not going to be able to make it to the Nationals that would like to make a donation to the Bryan Clauson Suite Tower to help you pick up that $1.6 million worth of debt, how would they do that? And again, they could do it at the Nationals, correct? But how would they do it if they're not going to be up for the Nationals?
If they're not able to come up to the Knoxville Nationals or be with us for any of the races the rest of this year, they can call us toll-free, and we can help them at 1-800-874-4488, or they can go to our website at sprintcarhos.com, and they can make a donation online with a charge card there. But if they'd like help, we would gladly, be able to help somebody. If they just gave us a call, and anybody here would be more than happy to help them. Like I was saying, the money that we raise will just save the Hall of Fame interest payments for years to come. So it's pretty important that we get the building paid sooner versus later.
Hey, Bob, update us on the Priority Aviation sponsorship contest. This has been going on for a while. This is coming to a head too, right?
It is. It ends on July 31st, so it's probably about 10 days from now it ends. And right now our leader is Carson McCarl from Des Moines. Second place is Lance DeWeese from Pennsylvania. Third place is McKenna Hassey from Carlisle, Iowa. And fourth place is Billy Baylog. And there's, I think, approximately 16 other drivers who have had their fans and friends send in donations to help pay for the Bryan Clauson Suite Tower. We've tallied all those donations, and the driver or team with the most amount of donations on July 31st will receive a check for $20,000 to help them participate in this year's 360 Knoxville Nationals or the 59th annual Knoxville Nationals for 410. So we're pretty excited about that. Richard thought up the idea with his wife, Jennifer, back at the Chili Bowl in January. So we started it shortly after that. And we've, of course, raised more than the $20,000 so far, but we're not giving any specifics out. We want it to be fair for all the drivers and all the teams involved, but there's not anybody that's out of the running because there's still lots of time people can make a donation for their favorite driver and help them win that $20,000 sponsorship.
Hey, Bob, we got a couple other things we really want to talk about, and we'll get to the A.J. Foyt car display. I can't wait to see it when I get up there. But, well, let's just start off with that. How many cars do you have up there for A.J. Foyt, and what is the value of those cars? And is this the most valuable collection that you've ever had up at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum?
We've got 9 of A.J. Foyt's race cars here, and it definitely is the most valuable collection insurance-wise that we've ever had. We've got the GT40, which was the backup car for Dan Gurney and A.J. Foyt when they won the 24 Hours of Le Mans in France, and that car is valued at $3 million, so we have insurance for $3 million on that car. We've got 2 cars on loan from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The first one is a 1958 Indy Roadster, which was A.J. Foyt's rookie car. And then we have the Roadster that he won his first Indy 500 in. And each of those cars are insured for $1 million. And that doesn't count the other 6 cars we have. So it not only is the largest because we have 9 cars, we have more cars than we've had for any of our other past Salute to Champions exhibits, but it also, the car value of the cars that we have in the exhibit definitely are far greater than what we've had in the past.
Well, he's A.J. Foyt. Why not? That's
yeah.
Listen, it really is an educational process because a lot of people that come in and they see the videos, they say, well, we didn't know A.J. Foyt ran in the 24 Hour of Le Mans and won it, or we didn't know that A.J. Foyt won the Daytona 500, and we didn't know that A.J. Foyt drove midgets, and we didn't know A.J. Foyt drove this car and that car. And so it's an educational process for the people that come in that aren't familiar with everything that A.J. Foyt has accomplished in his career.
A lot of people don't know that A.J. Foyt won his first USAC midget race at Olympic Stadium in 1957. Is that car there, Bob?
That car is not here. We do have a Foyt midget here, and it is of that era, it's 1960s era, 50s and 60s era, but it is not the car that he raced at Olympic Stadium back in 1957. It's a different car. The car that we have is a 1950s and 60s era, and we have the history on it, and Foyt's, of course, driving career in the car, but it's not the one that won in Kansas City.
Does anybody know if that car still exists anywhere? Anybody
I don't know if it still exists or not. That is a good question. We were searching it. It takes us about 6 months to a year to find and collect, get all the cars and get them where they can come to the museum and be with us. This exhibit runs through October 1st, so we'll have all of A.J. Foyt's cars, videos, and memorabilia here through October 1st. And a lot of people that have these cars that have restored them just aren't in a position to let us have them for that many months. So it takes a little bit of work to get a good collection of cars and to find the right, so we don't have all sprint cars or all Indy cars or all, road race cars or all midgets. We have a variety, and that's what we really strive for in the Salute the Champion exhibits that we've done.
I predict you'll have more people going through that Hall of Fame this year than you've ever had before this year.
I think you're right. We've had a lot of people that have called and asked if the Salute the Champion A.J. Foyt exhibit will still be here during this year's Knoxville Nationals in August, and it definitely will. And, of course, in September, we have the Knoxville Late Model Nationals here, and a lot of those fans have called. So we're pretty positive that we're going to get a really good crowd turnout for both of those major events that we have, in addition to the people that just are driving across the country, either on Interstate 80 or north and south on I-35 that get off, just come to the museum and go and see the A.J. Foyt exhibit. And that's the only reason they get off the highway, is to come and see those exhibits and maybe stop for lunch. So we're really pleased with how the exhibit has done so far.
Hey, Bob, always during the Nationals, you have a lot of programs, a lot of activity going on in the Hall of Fame, a lot of celebrities over there. What kind of a program of activities do you have planned for the Nationals week this year?
We have our special events and our fanfare forums every day from about 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. Some of our larger events, we have a golf tournament up at Boss Landon in Pella on Friday. We have our Nationals auction here at 11:30 on Saturday morning of the Knoxville Nationals on Saturday, August 10th. But during the day, we have autograph sessions inside the museum in the Bob Trossel garage from 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, and different drivers and celebrities come in and sign autographs for an hour every day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday during the Nationals. In addition to the autograph sessions, we have an artist. You guys were at the Chili Bowl. Bobby Brown that was painting the pictures in the pits at the Chili Bowl. He's going to be in our lobby painting sprint car pictures that are going to be on silent auction and live auction during our auction on Saturday. We'll have the painter going. Plus, we'll have our fanfare forums up on the second floor, where you can meet the women in racing. You can meet some of the different people. We have a state of the union of sprint car racing. So you get to meet lots of the promoters and drivers from across the country who are here for the Nationals in those different events. So we really have a lot going on each day during the Knoxville Nationals.
Yeah. Well, Bob, I cannot wait. We're working our way back to Knoxville. I'm going to be there Sunday night dropping off the T-shirt trailer. I can't wait to just suck in a little bit of the aroma from Knoxville, Iowa. I can't wait to get the Knoxville Nationals underway, the ASCS 360 Nationals and the 410 Nationals. It's that time of year, isn't it, Bob? It's time to get excited about sprint car racing.
It is definitely that time of year in Knoxville, and we're looking forward to having you guys with us for the Knoxville 360 Nationals the first weekend in August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We're looking forward to that weekend coming up here in just 2 weeks.
And
we'll be doing our show live as we have for, gosh, I don't know how many years have we done that, Kirk, live up there at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum on Saturday
I think we
mornings.
started in like 2009 or 2010.
Wow.
So we're about 10 years into doing that weekly up there, and it's been our home away from home for our studio on Saturday mornings. Yeah. Bob, thanks so much for having us up there the last 10 years, and thanks for all the hard work that you do up there. I know that you're kind of you don't like to take a lot of credit. You always pass it along to a lot of people that work for you, but I just want to say that we all respect what you do, and we appreciate you like you probably don't know. So just thanks for everything you do for us in motorsports, Bob. And I know you want to give credit to everybody else, but this is about you right now. Just thank you for what you do.
Well, thank you for those kind words, but you guys know it takes an army to make these buildings. When I started here, there was just one building, and now we've got 4 plus the Rib Shack restaurant we own. So it takes a lot of people to make this work, and we're just very, very blessed to have a group of people that love sprint car racing and love the museum working with us and volunteering to help us up here.
Did I hear you say you own the Rib Shack restaurant? Or this
Yeah,
the
the
building?
Hall of Fame owns the property, and we lease that out to a company called Great Caterers of Iowa, and they've been with us since 2009 at the Rib Shack, and they've been a great tenant for us. It helps the Hall of Fame a little bit to have a little extra revenue coming in here for the rent on the building, so they're a good partner for the Hall of Fame.
I was not aware of that. How about that? That's cool.
Hey, listen, and that Rib Shack, oh, by the way, pretty good.
That
Well,
is
thank
good.
you guys.
That is-
They do a good job over there, and they cater a lot of events in our building and around Knoxville on race nights and just throughout the season with their catering company that they have. So they're a good addition to Knoxville and for our museum.
Yeah, they do a great job. Hey, before I let you go, Bob, before we brought you on, we were talking about I-70 Motorsports Park and all of the hurdles that they've had to jump through. I know you've been following this situation pretty close, and you've got a lot of history out here at I-70 Speedway yourself, and I know you've been as upset as the rest of us about all of the roadblocks that's been thrown up. Your thoughts about what's gone on so far? It looks like they're going to open it up, but not as soon as a lot of people would like.
Well, I know Mark Olson and everybody involved, are going to have that thing going in good shape, but I also know they're not going to open up until the racetrack is ready and safe and they're ready to bring people in there to have a good time. So, if it takes until next year to do it right, then that's what they'll do. I like everybody else in the Kansas City area and around the Midwest, I wish the track would have gotten open up this year versus next year, but, there's a lot of politics and a lot of hoops that had to be jumped through, and I'm just very grateful that everybody involved was patient and got the paperwork done so that they can move forward and open up, the oval track and the drag strip out there. It's going to be a great motorsports complex for the Kansas City area and the surrounding cities. And I just look forward to being able to go back to a race at I-70 Speedway once they get it open.
Yeah, and I bet you like the news that Lakeside Speedway is going to open back up too, August 2nd.
Oh, I'm very excited about that. We're going to be down there when the World of Outlaws are there in October. So we were hoping that they could get the track back open and in shape again, especially after that second flood that they had after they had everything fixed up and ready to go. And then they had the waters come in there and put them under again. It's been a tough season for all of us in the motorsports industry with the rain and the weather, especially here in the Midwest.
Yeah, you got a presence out at Eldora this weekend, right?
Oh, yeah, we've got a couple of people at Eldora. We've got our auction at Eldora at 2:30 this afternoon. Our King's Royal auction is in the ballroom there with Larry Bowes and Lacey White and our team out there of volunteers that are helping us. And we have our brand-new Speedway Motors EMI engine raffle car that's out there. And a lot of people don't know this, but the Speedway Motors EMI raffle car, every piece and part on that car, I think except for maybe the tires, came from Speedway Motors. You can buy all those bolts, nuts, titanium pieces at Speedway Motors, and we're very fortunate. This is the 13th raffle car. It's car number 4X. They wanted to put the famous 4X on the car, and we'll give this car away in December of 2020. So we'll have this car for about 18 months. We unveiled it at the Corn Belt Nationals, the USAC sprint car races up here a couple of weeks ago in Knoxville. It's in Eldora this weekend, and it comes back for the Knoxville Nationals, and it goes out to Calistoga, California for the USAC races out in California. So it travels across the country in those 18 months, and we're just very happy, very thankful for all the builders and manufacturers that donate all the pieces and parts to put that sprint car together. We use all the funds, again, to keep the museum open and operation year-round. We're open 7 days a week all year round, so people can stop in here anytime, not just on race nights.
I'll make sure I buy my $100 worth of tickets like I do
Thank
every
you
year
guys
for
for doing that.
car.
You guys always buy some raffle tickets for us. You guys are good supporters, not just on the radio, but in person too. You've made some donations and bought raffle tickets for years. So thank you guys for your financial support as well as all of the social media, radio, advertising, and things you do to help us.
We, that's a tradition, Bob. We bring our blank checks into the Hall of Fame every year. I mean, that's just a fun time.
That's what you do. All right, Bob. Well, thanks so much
we
for
really
the time. We appreciate you so much and everything you do. I just want to say on our chat room right here, Jay Johnson said, "Thank you, Bob Baker. You're the wind in the sails of the Hall of Fame." And I don't think anybody could say
that's
any
very
better.
nice of him to say that. I know I'm the luckiest guy in the world to get to work up here. Coming up here as a youngster from Kansas City to watch the races on Saturday nights and travel back home, to go to another race in Marshall, Missouri, or somewhere around the Midwest on Sundays. So to get to work up here for me is a dream come true. And to get with the to get to work with the volunteers and the staff that are here. I'm just very fortunate. So I hope I can keep doing it for a long time.
All right, Bob. Thank you so
Thanks,
much. We'll
Bob.
talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, you guys. Have a great weekend.